I ain't gonna lie, I thought I was gonna be seeing y'all tomorrow, but I guess y'all gotta pop right back in for some more breaking news regarding your Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears, after ruling out Jaquan Brisker and Kyler Gordon, announced that they have waived two players, Velus Jones and Khari Blasingame. Me and Stevo, we right here. We're gonna talk about it and break it down right after this.
Tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another breaking news live from Chicago Bears Central. If y'all tuned in with us for the first time, welcome in. Hit that like button and subscribe for our people that came right back after we just ended the last breaking news episode. Welcome back again. Stevo, what's the word, man?
Man, what's good, man?
Hey, they saying that the Chicago Bears, after having Velus Jones be a healthy scratch since pretty much game one of the season and have not looked back, they waive him and they waive Khari Blasingame. Before we start diving into the nitty-gritty of everything, what is your initial reaction?
This is what happens when you like somebody too long and it bites you in your ass. This is exactly what came to my mind because literally when that thing popped up, I got the alert from Baki because you know that's where we always get our shit from Baki. And that's it. And the first thing that went in my clip, the clip of him, well, Velus, we just got he's too much used to him. And then the second clip. Well, we had a trade for him, but we ain't gonna take it. Sir, bro, this is if this is not your most egregious, but most egregious, probably anything you've done as a GM, this is it. Because we've known this guy shouldn't have been on this team for years. We've gave this guy multiple chances. Hell, we even gave this motherfucker multiple positions. And he failed at every single last one of them. For you not to trade this motherfucker when his value was, to be honest, at an all-time low, we didn't even know if somebody wanted him. Somebody wanted him. You didn't want to do it, and he been a healthy scratch ever since. That's just negligence and not doing your due diligence as a GM. That's a complete negligence. We all know we can say it. You grabs this man way too high as a third-round pick. So this gonna fall on you, my guy. This is probably your most egregious thing, and you got nothing for it.
For sure. My initial reaction was, damn. I didn't expect that. It's simple. It's probably because I just had finished breaking the news that we gonna miss Kyler Gordon and Jaquan Brisker, but I didn't see this happening right now. I did know that there was gonna have to be some moves made because there were gonna be guys coming back. That's Larry Borum and Jacob Martin. Right now is questionable and listed as designated to return from IR. So I knew that the Bears was going to have to make some moves, but to be quite honest with you, I thought Nate Davis was going to be one of those moves that they made, but I'm not too surprised about Velus and Blasingame simply because Blasingame has been replaced by Doug Kramer and Velus Jones has just been sitting up in the jumpsuit on the sideline. But you call this the most egregious. You saying this is worse than Chase Claypool and Nate Davis?
100%.
Why?
I think because he was on nobody board in the third round. That's why, like, nobody was thinking this motherfucker was a third round pick. The optics around him showed you he was 26 when you draft him. That means something. If you 26 in college, you ain't that fucking good. That's just a cold hard fact. Now, on the Khari side, I really didn't speak on it. I think this is a mistake. I feel like you shouldn't even waive them. To be honest, ever since we signed him, we haven't used him to his best of ability. We shouldn't be using Doug Kramer. That should be Khari Blasingame. I've been saying it for that. Now, do I like it in certain spurts? Yes, but Khari is a hell of a player, and we just didn't use him to his fullest potential. And with that being said, you really don't know what Travis Homer is going to bring as well because he's coming off IR too. This is a guy that I feel like we could use the most in a multifaceted of ways, and we just never did. He's a good pass blocker. He's a good run. He's a person you can run behind, and yeah, I just feel like we didn't use him. And the fact that we use in the center or another old lineman is cool and all, but that's what you got a fullback position for, and that's why there's fullbacks out there. So I don't agree with that one, but I do think it's a little bit more egregious with Claypool because with Claypool, we all seen like if this motherfucker just figure out the mental side of football, he could be not one of those, but he could be a pretty serviceable wide receiver.
For sure.
There is like when it comes to Velus, tape wise, and what we just experienced with the dude, it's most egregious because he can't play fucking football. He can't play fucking football. You can't. You were a punt returner at UCLA, Tennessee. I forget what fucking school you was at. And you still don't know how to catch a punt. Then we put you a running back. It just wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. And that's why I feel like it's the most egregious. Nate Davis, it's not that egregious because the time that we did sign him, he was one of the top 5 guards in the league. That's just a fact. And I think the reason why I'm glad we didn't waive him, I still think his value on his name due to that fact that he was one of the best guards a couple years ago. So we could still get something out of that. But in terms of that, it's fucking egregious, bro. You should have got that trade.
I'm a side with you with saying that it is egregious. Y'all know I am the one that said I'd rather had a depth. But I think we was more so talking about Khalil Herbert. But so I will say it is egregious. I ain't gonna let Ryan Poles off the hook. Now the most egregious to me is Chase Claypool. That's because you had to give up something. Like, yeah, we could have got something for Velus, and we already know you ain't getting nothing for him now, or you wasn't gonna get anything from him after game 1. But I'm still side with the Claypool being the more egregious move that Ryan Poles has made. But hey, these are the decisions that you live with, and I hope Ryan Poles learned from it because I believe this Velus Jones situation was due to his coaches. Because when Ryan Poles was sitting there during Hard Knocks and asking about Vegas, you had Eberflus step up for him. You had Hightower, the special team coach, speak up for him. You had the running back coach speak up for him. And I guess in that situation, Ryan Poles trusted his coaching staff because they're the ones that are doing the groundwork with these guys. So yes, you're gonna have to fault him, but we can't let the other guys that vouch for Velus Jones off the hook either.
I look at them all as one body when it comes to that because yeah, like trust your eyes.
For sure.
Like I think we trust the person. We see the potential. It's almost like when you get into a wrong relationship with a man or a woman, you look into the potential, not what they are. And I think in certain positions on this team, we've seen polls to be like, you ain't that right now, so I ain't got nothing to use for you. Why was that not the case with him?
I think that's fair.
And that's my only thing. That's why I felt like it was so egregious compared to the Claypool, because like I said, I still think we got a 6th-round pick out of that situation.
You did get something back, so that's fair.
We didn't get shit.
That's fair.
We just got wasted opportunity. And to be honest, you just, as a GM, this is the only thing we can look at you like, bro, what was you thinking? Like, everything else you've done made sense. This is the only, which is a good thing I could say out of his whole tenure as a Bear. There's one decision he's made, which is Velus Jones, where it had everybody like, I don't know what he was thinking when it comes to that. So it's egregious per se, but it's not as egregious as a totality as a GM. So I don't want people to get that misconstrued either.
For sure. And then Justin, you said you hope that there were people around Poles arguing that we should have traded him. No, it was during Hard Knocks. It was people around Poles. Like when Poles literally said he's alive. He literally said that because he thought Vegas was about to be out the door, but his coaches vouched for him. And that's that. Hey, you wear the crown, Poles. You wear the crown. So we got to bring it to your table. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it was. Stevo. If I was to, this is where I'm gonna throw at you, and you tell me if it kind of eases the egregiousness, if that's a word or a term, if it calms it down a little bit. Ryan Poles and his staff, including the head coach, They realized that Vegas wasn't it, and they immediately replaced him with a guy like DeAndre Carter, who has been deemed as a valuable piece for the squad. Does that kind of ease it over, or are you saying fuck that?
No, it does ease it. Like I think that was my whole critique with Pose is it was more my worry was going week by week the longer you kept him on here because that's saying you're not learning. So I don't care as long as you get to the point to realize he need to go or this situation needs to end. That's all that matters. And he got to that point, and I'm good with that. And it shows that he has the thing to find players that maybe we don't see. But at the same time, with this decision that he's made and let it linger so long, now when it comes to projects in the draft, we're going to be side-eyed at him because we know what projects are in the draft. So we're going to want him now to go more for the sure thing versus every time he pick a project, we're going to be side-eyed at him like, I don't know. You got Velus Jones under your head. So that's the only thing.
I had one more thing. How egregious is the decision to keep Dominique Robinson around? Because he was one of Poe's projects too, and he ain't really panning out. I mean, he not really replaying. Is it, or do you kind of look at that situation as different before I ask this other question?
I don't think Dominic has did nearly as worst things as Velus did.
Facts. That's a fact.
And that's what makes it less egregious. Like when it comes to Dominique Robinson, he just had 3 to 4 players come in here and outwork him. That just it is what it is. And with defenses in the past, you've seen that young player once he turned about 25, something just flicks, and something that could be the case with a Dominique. He's getting a little bit older. He's year by year that he's playing under this position because we all know he didn't play this position growing up. Yep. So yeah, like it's still more upside when it comes to Dominique versus a 26-year-old Velus who's been causing nothing but havoc since he got here.
That's a fact. He ain't been doing shit but fucking up since he got here. That's a fact. Just on the breaking news, I was like, hey, my man's Velus. We played it. I said, y'all remember the last time we played the Commanders? We whooped them. But then the prior time to that, Vegas was one of the reasons we lost.
He tried to catch that bitch. I'll never forget that because every time I think of this game, I think of Pat the Designer because he kept on the motherfucker try to catch it like this on his knee. I ain't never seen somebody try to catch a punt return on their knee
and a kick return like this,
bro. Like why you in proposal position trying to catch a fucking punt, bro? He out there trying to receive punts. I ain't know you could receive a punt. He out there like he on a jug machine.
Oh, the real what? For real, with the jug machine, not even pointing up because you could practice.
Oh, my mama.
Pointing straight at him.
Straight at his ass. Look at that. So, bro, hey, I hope you can find your footing on another team because he is an NFL athlete. It just I don't know if he's an NFL player, and that's two different things. Like you can have the athletes, you can have the ability, you can cut, you got the speed, the body. But if you ain't a footballer up here, it don't matter.
Yeah, he gonna be another Smith Marset who we picked up, who had issues on another team and then came on this team, and in the game-winning drive, you driving down the field.
Fumble.
Instead of going out of bounds, you get the ball snatched out of your hands. So Vegas, he could bounce back, but he could definitely be another Smith Marset.
It wasn't too greedy, it was nobody around him, bro. Like, how do you? It did literally, yo. And I think this is the most egregious one. The last one, I have never seen. I've never seen somebody try to catch a kick return like that, and that bitch go 20 yards forward. I'm like, yeah, you create new ways to fuck up.
For sure. But Stevo, question. So we heard about players that could potentially be on a trade block. Does these moves signal to a trade coming, or do you think this is just simply kept to having available roster spots for you guys that are coming off IR?
I think it's a little bit of that, and to kind of like answer your question with like, I still think they're still trying to ship out Nate Davis or Dominique, to be honest. Like, I still feel like that's up for discussion with a lot of other teams, and that's another reason. But yeah, we got a lot of people that's coming in. We got Ryan Bates, we got Larry Bourne, We got quite a couple
Got the
people on
long
defense.
snapper coming back, bro.
Long snapper, right?
Like,
So we don't
what?
got Cole Komet out there long snapping no more. But yeah, like I think it was just to on both sides for trades and just to open up some spot for IR.
All right. So then now I want to shift to Khalil Herbert. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I think with now you letting Velus go, Khalil Herbert gains more value, in my opinion, not only due to the running back, but what he can potentially bring to you in special teams. I think we've seen like 1 or 2 returns from him this season, not many, but those returns, he ain't screw up. And they seem like the main guy is DeAndre Carter. Do you feel like this move adds value or it just kind of remains the same for Khalil Herbert?
I mean, we don't personally know what the market is for a Khalil Herbert.
For sure.
So if he wants to build up that market, special team is a way to go. So he has opportunity to become next to Carter a valuable player in our special teams, and I feel like he will get a lot of looks because we've been notorious not a good special team up until this year. Now we're starting to figure it out. Now people are starting to look at us not as just a look away. Like you actually got to take our special team serious. So with him being a part of that, and he, like you said, not messing up, he could play a valuable spot to get him out of here even quicker.
I think that's fair. I think that is just some decisions that they got to make. We know Travis Homer has played his fair share of special teams too. So it doesn't, I don't think it raises the value of Khalil Herbert that much, but like King Booker said, it makes Khalil Herbert, in my mind at least, feel a little bit more safer.
Mm-hmm.
At least for now.
I'm definitely not putting Homer back in special teams. He that's dark.
Bro.
That's dark.
For real. Hey Shay, you've been doing well these last few weeks. Don't try to tell me Travis Homer about to come in here and do anything.
Facts. I don't need no cute shit. Don't do that. Jane, stick to what's work. Stick with what work.
For real. But yeah, man, that's pretty much what it is.
You're learning slow, but you're learning. That's all
learning. He learning. You gotta let him learn. He gonna take these on the chin. That's why I always tell people like these GMs, it's a lot of them that have a lot of bad with a little bit of good, and then for some of them, it's a lot of good with a little bad. And you can't discount. You can't discount the bad. You got to look at a guy's track record and just analyze it that way.
And I definitely take my GM messing up on a wide receiver or a special return or anything over a quarterback or something like that.
For sure. Thomas said
Post tackle.
Bruh. Post should have taken the 5th rounder for Vegas. We now have no 5th round next year, which sucks. Really, the Wheeler injury was what threw a wrench in everything. What you said it up.
He could get a 5th round pick like that if he wanted to. We've seen him do it.
He got 3-6. I don't know if that make up for your 5th, but he got 3-6. You can always use him to trade up.
When it comes to any type of picks outside of top 4s, like out of the 4th round, anything out of that, I have full confidence that Posey go find one. He does it every year. It's one random Tuesday, we just traded for a 5th round pick.
That's a fact.
He can do that.
That's a fact. But yeah, man, that's I see a couple of y'all in here. But Stevo, you got anything left, my guy?
Bye, Felicia.
Well, it's been real. It's been real. It's been real, Vegas. But hey, that is it from us today, ladies and gentlemen. Coming back with some more breaking news. If they gonna break some more, one of us gonna be up here, goddamn. But we appreciate y'all for tuning in. All y'all, before y'all get up out of here, hit that like button, subscribe before you get on the run, and continue on with your day. If y'all want to call in and be a part of the mailbag episode taking place tomorrow, call in 773-242-9336. We appreciate y'all. We up out of here. Chi-Town up.
That V12
baby.
Gone.
That V12 definitely broke down.
That shit blew up.
V-Dog said he think Herbert goes away. Hey, we'll see.
I feel like I said, he gonna have a good week of special team that we gonna ship his ass off.
He got 2 games to prove himself before the deadline. So we'll see what happens. But that's it, y'all. We up out of here.